In today's video, I will show you how to survive in the Tier 4 zone in Modern Warfare Zombies and how to maneuver the Tier 4 zone and do all the contracts so that you could hopefully unlock the new classified schematics. What is going on, guys? T-Tiller here, bringing you another YouTube video. In today's video, I will go over how to survive and complete all of the contracts in the Tier 4 zone so that you can have a 100% guarantee to unlock the new classified schematics and have access to rare loot items. The new classified schematics include the golden plate vest, which will automatically refill your plates, the golden dog bone, which will automatically spawn a Tier 3 dog, and then the golden blade, which gives you an OP throwing knife. And trust me, guys, these are schematics you are going to want to get. A few disclaimers before the video. The first is that this is extremely difficult to accomplish and by far the hardest thing to do in Modern Warfare Zombies, so you really want to make sure you have a solid team before you do this. The other disclaimer is that this video does not include how to access the Tier 4 zone. So if you haven't acquired the golden log diary, golden pill bottle, golden camera, or golden dog collar, go watch my latest video which details how to do all of that. You have to get all 4 of those items before you even can have access to the Tier 4 zone. And finally, if you guys find this video useful, please drop a like and hit that subscribe button, because altogether this probably took me over 40 hours to put together with gameplay and editing. We are currently on the road to 2,000 subscribers, and it would mean the world to me if you guys dropped a subscribe. We are also doing another giveaway where I will give away a brand new SCUF controller to one lucky viewer who is subscribed to the channel once I get to 2,000 subscribers. And with that being said, let's hop right into the video. So the first thing you guys are going to want to do is properly set up your class. Like I said in the intro, this is by far the hardest challenge to complete in Modern Warfare Zombies, so you need to make sure you have the best possible items equipped to make sure you survive. If you go into Tier 4 without gold or purple rarity weapons triple pack-a-punch, you will likely die because of how difficult it truly is. I recommend you have a teammate who is dedicated to constantly applying damage with an LMG, a teammate dedicated to killing the bosses and special zombies with the TYR or Lockwood, and then a teammate strictly there for damage control, taking out hordes of zombies with an RGL or a ray gun. My primary role was to run the RGL or ray gun to help control the massive hordes of zombies. I recommend also coming in with every perk in the game, but the 4 you must run are Juggernog, Speed Cola, Stamina Up, and Quick Revive. And then the final items you need to run are the Decoy Grenades and Healing Aura. It doesn't matter how good you guys are at this game, you and your teammates will likely go down a lot, and Healing Aura will instantly revive your teammates, making it crucial to run. And then the last item you're going to see is that me and my teammates had multiple self-revive just so you can get yourself up if you need to. Alright guys, so the very first thing you guys are going to want to do is obviously go to the Tier 4 zone. You're going to need to use one of the sigils that you got from killing the Mega Abomination, or if you don't have one, just go ahead and complete Tier 3 contracts that likely will give you one of the tokens. It's pretty common drop, so if you don't have a sigil, just make sure you're doing the Tier 3 contracts in order to get it. But you're going to put it exactly into this little portal like you see me do there, and then everybody on your team is going to need to vote yes before you can go to the Tier 4 zone. But once again, guys, before you go in here, because it's extremely difficult to exfil, make sure you are ready to go. So as soon as you get into the Tier 4 zone, this is the first thing you're going to want to see. You're going to just want to get out of the area, you're going to jump off the bridge, and you're going to sprint to the left over here. There's no reason to fight any of these zombies unless you have to. So one quick thing I wanted to tell you guys is, if you didn't know, the 3 classified schematics have a guaranteed drop, but you need to go to the Dark Aether portion in the more difficult version of the Tier 4 area. And the way you do that is getting another sigil that you can only get from doing the contracts in the Tier 4 zone. So the whole purpose of what we're doing here is doing the 3 contracts here, hoping to get one of those other sigils. So the first contract here is going to be to the left. You're going to see it here on the map I'm showing you. It's going to be this little bunny. There's going to be a little audio. You guys should be able to hear it now. You're going to pick up this bunny, and it's going to have you do these Aether extractor contracts. This one is fairly easy to do, so just grab the contract, get out of the area. You can kind of follow the route we're doing here. And you guys can see right there, this is a triple pack-a-punch ray gun, and it's doing almost no damage to the zombies. This tier is no joke, so if you don't have to kill the zombies, I wouldn't do it. So just go ahead and run up, do all of these Aether extractors, and then go to the reward once you complete them and hope that you're getting that sigil. So we'll go ahead and complete this real quick, and I'll show you what that reward looks like. So we are completing the final Aether extractor now, and you guys are going to see here from the reward gift, I did get the Elder Sigil and the golden blade case, and that Elder Sigil is exactly what you're looking for. That is a ticket to go to the more difficult version of the Tier 4 zone so that you can unlock the new schematics. If you guys get one of those, make sure you stow it instantly because that is exactly what you're needing in order to get to the harder version of Tier 4 to get them schematics. So at this point, only one person on your team needs to get that. If you guys wanted to, you could go ahead and exfil and get into the next game. But I'm going to go ahead and finish off here in the Tier 4 zone, and I will show you all the other contracts just in case you don't get it on your first try like I did. So the very next contract is going to be right next to where we completed this Aether extract here. It's going to be on top of this little castle. It's pretty easy to find and pretty easy to hear. So just go right here wherever I'm showing you guys on the game here. It's going to be in the center towards the left a little bit. And this is going to pick up the Deliver ACV contract, or more commonly known as the tank contract. This is by far the hardest contract to do in the Tier 4 zone, and we actually don't succeed with doing it here. The tank gets destroyed. But I did end up learning a pretty cool trick for the very next time we do this that I'll show when we go in the Dark Aether version of the Tier 4 to make this a whole lot easier. One tip that I do want to give you guys on a mistake that I made in this game is that if you get lucky in your reward gift and you get like the golden plate or the weapon blade like you see me get or the golden dog bone, don't use that in this game. Go ahead and stow those and use them in your next game whenever you go to the more difficult version of the Tier 4 zone. But that's where you guys find the contract to do the Deliver ACV contract. Do your best to complete this. If you guys don't complete it, it's okay. There's still another contract to do, and I'll show you how to find that here really quick. And the very final contract is going to be on the far side of the map by where you fought the worm boss like you just seen there. It's going to be right here on this bus. And what this is going to be a little bit easier, and it's going to be activating the PND. And this is basically just a stronghold that you're going to need to hold and defend from zombies. This one isn't as difficult to do, but it definitely still is pretty hard. But if you're good at maneuvering and avoiding zombies, you really don't have to kill anything, and you can survive in it. So this makes it a lot easier than the ACV contract or the tank contract. So go ahead and do this, and in this one, hopefully if you guys haven't got it yet, you do get that Elder Sigil so you can get to the more difficult version of the Tier 4 and get some really good rare items to make Tier 4 a whole lot easier when you go back in there. So we'll go ahead and complete this really quick. I'll show you what the reward is, and then I'm going to show you guys how to exfil to get out of this area as safely and quickly as possible. And we just completed the contract, so we're going to run over to the reward gift, and you're going to see I got another Elder Sigil and a golden dog bone. I did learn from my mistakes here, and I did stow this golden dog bone rather than use it, which is an important tip to have because you're going to want to have the most powerful items whenever you go to the Dark Aether version of Tier 4 because of how difficult it truly is. But once you've did these 3 contracts, there's really nothing else to do in this area. All you're going to need to do is exfil, which I'm showing you how to do now. If you guys got unlucky, did all 3 of the contracts, and either you didn't succeed with them or didn't get the Elder Sigil, you are going to need to do this again if you're trying to get the new schematics. You cannot get the new schematics until you have that Elder Sigil to access the Dark Aether version of Tier 4. But to exfil, all you got to do is go to this top part of the map that I'm showing you here. I'm going to show you on the map here very quick. It's going to be towards the center of the map. It's where we did the Aether extractors. You just need to exfil with the items you have and then hop into your very next game. And once you are in your next game, you're going to need to use that Elder Sigil to activate the Tier 4 portal one more time, but this time it's going to be on the other side, kind of facing towards Tier 3. And before you do this, guys, make sure you are absolutely kitted up because this is even more difficult than the first time we went in there. This is the more difficult version of Tier 4. So if you don't go in here kitted up, you stand no chance to survive. You also only have 15 minutes to get everything done, so make sure you're doing this as fast as possible. So once you get into this Tier 4 zone, it's going to be just like we did last time. We're going to hop off to the left over here, and we're going to do these contracts as quick, and I mean as quick as we possibly can because there is almost no time. And the little trick that we have up our sleeve here to make the tank contract easier is going to be the VR11. I got lucky and got the VR11 case whenever I fought the worm boss, and this will allow you to heal the tank that makes the ACV contract so much easier. So if you guys can, try to hit the mystery box a few times, or even if you're lucky like me and have the VR11 weapon case, do not use it until you are going to this Dark Aether version of the Tier 4. But from here, guys, we're doing the same thing. The contracts are going to be in the exact same place. We're going to pick up this one here. This is going to be the Aether extractor, and we're going to go complete those really quick, and I'll show you what it looks like once you complete them. So we just completed the last Aether extractor. You're going to see we got the Aether blade case and the dog bone recipe. So go ahead and use that Aether blade case to make this easier and stow the dog bone recipe. From here, you just need to exfil in order to keep that dog bone recipe, but we're going to go ahead and complete all 3 of the contracts in this 15-minute time range so that we can get all the schematics in one game. So from here, guys, all you need to do is travel to the next contract, and I'll show you where to find that now. So the very next contract is going to be right over here on the bus, just like how it was in the last game. This is going to give us that stronghold type contract that we need to complete. So go ahead and pick up this contract and travel to the stronghold and complete it as quickly as you can so that you have more time on the tank contract than you need. And we are just about done with the P&D contract here, so if you guys can, just avoid the zombies the best you can. If you have to shoot them, go ahead and shoot them to make it a little bit easier. But as soon as you have this completed, run over to the reward gift, and what you should see in there is going to be the golden armor plate schematic. So now that we have the golden dog bone and golden armor plate, all we have to do is get the Aether blade schematic, and to do that, you have to do the ACV contract. So I'll show you guys one more time where you find the ACV contract, and I'll show you the best and easiest possible way to complete this utilizing the VR11. So just like the other 2 contracts, the ACV contract's going to be in the exact same spot. It's going to be up here on this castle, and you're just going to need to pick up this little bunny and then get out of the area as quick as you can and start the ACV contract. You can see we're already down to 5 minutes, so we're running low on time, so we need to move a little bit quick. We end up just barely exfilling, like you guys will see here at the end. But yeah, make sure you guys go ahead and do this as quick as you possibly can. Don't waste any time so that you can try to get all of these done as fast as possible. But yeah, we'll fly over here. We'll go ahead and start this contract, and I'll show you how you can use the VR11 to your advantage to make this as easy as possible. So like everybody knows, this is by far the hardest contract to do, and the VR11 will allow you to heal the tank. So you're going to see right here, we are at the first stop. I'm utilizing the RGL to do damage control and kill as many hordes of zombies as I can. But just like that, you see me sprint up, and all you do is shoot the front of the tank with the VR11, and it instantly re-heals the tank to max health. And you guys are going to see right here why healing aura is so important. Just like that, you see a teammate go down. We're all pretty weak. This is extremely difficult, and you are likely going to go down many, many times. So if you and your team are all utilizing monkey bombs, decoy grenades, and healing aura, you should always be able to revive each other and then utilize your self-revives as a last resort to be able to get you guys up. I know one question you guys probably have is it possible to complete this contract without the VR11? And the answer to that question is yes, but it is so dang difficult. Whenever me and my team did it the first time without the VR11, we got to the very last little area and we were able to complete it. But while the rocket was taking off, they were able to destroy it, and it is just so hard. So if you guys don't have the VR11, it is doable, but the VR11 makes this so much easier. So if you guys can, I would absolutely recommend trying to hit the mystery box a few times just to try to get that gun, just because that is so important to making this contract a lot easier. But we'll go ahead and complete the contract here. You see it again. The tank was down pretty low on health. I just shot it again. It's back to 100% health. So you can see how important this is. So we'll go ahead and complete this really quick, and I'll show you the fastest way you can exfil after completing this contract so you can get out of here with all the schematics in the game. And just like that, we finished the tank contract and we have the Aether blade weapon schematic. So now we have all 3 schematics and we're good to exfil. You're to see we are down to 6 and 5 seconds, so we are at a time crunch, and we didn't know what would happen here. So here's a good tip for you guys, is if this happens to you, it's not like you just immediately die and the game's over. What will happen is what you've seen right there. It's going to be gas is going to fill the map, and you are just going to need to exfil as quick as you possibly can. Thankfully, we had a durable gas mask, and we were able to exfil, so make sure you guys just take this zip line and sprint as fast as you possibly can to the nearest exfil. And if you do the tank contract last, it's going to end right there. Every single time, you're just going to need to go up this ladder and straight to the exfil and getting out of the area. I don't think me and my team could have cut it any closer than we did here. You're going to see how close our health is to going away, but we make a very last second exfil and succeed. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for the video. I hope you find this tutorial useful, and hopefully you can use this to unlock some of those schematics for you, and I will catch you guys all